For anybody that's logging in that is new to doing this with us, hopefully you see the chat box. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat box and we will try to get them answered. Okay, we are right at 4 o'clock, so we'll get started. Today will be a little bit briefer than usual. We don't have a ton of updates, but we do want to make sure that we're still seeing each other and you know that we're here. Hopefully you guys can all see my screen okay. So if you're new to doing this with us, we've been doing these weekly video chats just to make sure that we are communicating information with everybody and giving you guys as much information as we have at the moment about any current precautions or communication plans agency-wide, any program-specific changes or updates, any frequently asked questions, and any potential expectations that we might have or any plans that we might have as we're moving forward through this COVID crisis. So as always, our PCCS priorities are the health and safety of our workforce and the people that we support, the continuity of supports and services, and the continuity and stability of employment for all of our employees, and consistent and transparent communication. And just, a reminder for everybody on with us today, and hopefully people that watch this after, because we do record these and put them on our YouTube channel, so that way everybody can have access even if you couldn't join. This is open to all of our employees. It's open to all of the people we support, all of the families we support. We really want to make sure that everyone is getting this information. So I know typically we have a lot of administrative employees on here, but please make sure that we're getting the word out that this is really for anybody and everybody, in connection with PCCS, so we can answer their questions and concerns they may have. And if you have any questions specifically that you want answered on these calls, you can email us at covidquestions@pccsny.org. And I do see we have some DSPs logged in with us, so thank you for being here. So just a reminder, and we kind of have been starting off with this each call for the last couple of weeks, just about what is PPE. So PPE stands for personal protective equipment, and these are a variety of different items that keep you safe while you're delivering services. So we have that information here, and then it will be sent out at the end of the week in our typical email. But this gives, a little bit of an overview of, you don't have to wear all different types of PPE every time you're delivering services. There are specific types of PPE to utilize when you're supporting someone that is COVID positive, or if you're working in an environment where someone is COVID positive. So if there's a family member in a home who's COVID positive and you're still working, with that person's child, or so on and so forth, that you would need to wear something like a surgical gown or goggles and, some more advanced equipment. Just a reminder, we do have 2 free yoga classes. One is today at 5:30. Hopefully you guys will join us. And one is June 4th at 11 a.m. And if you're interested in signing up for that, I believe we texted out a link, and I think we emailed out a link too, to sign up for that, or you can email Alyssa D'Augusto, and her email address is right here, and she'll make sure you have the information to log in. Just a reminder for anyone who has not yet seen this or wants to participate but hasn't gotten a chance to reach out yet. We're working with a local Staten Island photographer. Her name is Megan Crabanzano, and we really want to make sure that the work that you all are doing and the supports that are being delivered are really visible on a lot of different levels for a lot of different reasons. So if you're interested in being a part of this, please let Kevin Roman know, and you can email him at kroman@pccsny.org. One of the efforts that we were doing in addition to the appreciation pay was getting food cards through Bayer's Market for all of our direct support professionals. So financially to support this, we did a donation campaign. Ink Couture donated a $1,000 gift card to their tattoo shop to be raffled off. So the winner will be announced June 1st. So if you donate $25, you're automatically entered in for a chance to win. So don't forget to do that because we will be announcing the winner rather shortly. Our poetry contest was extended, so please get your poetry pieces in. Hopefully people participate in this a little bit more over the next few days, but we will be announcing the winner 5/29 at 5 p.m. And the first place winner gets a $75 gift card, the second place gets a $50 gift card, and the third place gets a $25 gift card. So hopefully we get a little bit more submissions on that. So just to give you guys an update on what we spoke about last week with reimagining the PCCS offices, here's where we are with phase one. So one of the things we heard was a lot of our office staff needed their own Zoom accounts, and so we created those. So if anyone's having any issues with those, please feel free to let us know. But you should all have them by now. We are putting a training together on how to use some of the technology we have. Just to give everybody a refresher, this will be required for all admin employees to be able to complete this. You'll have this on Paycom as a checklist. All of our supervisors are in the process of working through assessing each role and developing a combination schedule of in-office and remote work. So that way we can, get people back into the office for a variety of things that they might need, printing, scanning, those sorts of things, or any in-person meetings that have to take place. But we do want to do this in a safe way where we're still not bringing everybody back. We don't want the density to be too great in the building. So phase one will be from June 15th to July 15th. We are aiming for the goal of 6/1 to be able to give everyone a formal notice of what your office days will be. So that way you have time to make adjustments for any schedule changes that you might need. The last update there is the program leadership is in the process of developing a memo about any program changes that might have happened related to COVID. So one of the examples from the survey was, if I typically go through intake by an in-person meeting, what does that look like now? So they're developing that, and hopefully we'll have that ready next week to send out, and that'll be listed by program and sent out to everyone in each program. Just a couple of service reminders that we really want to sort of drive home with everybody. We know that remote learning for the people that we support can be really difficult, and it can be a high stress on the families because they're now also having to be teachers. So we do want to just remind everybody that you can use your ComHab worker, and we can get some training for them on how to use Google Classroom and support remote learning. So if you are kind of ambivalent about signing up for a summer school because you're not sure if you can have the support, we can provide ComHab workers to support remote learning goals. And of course, we need to do some training around that, and we need to get some procedures around that. But we want to make sure that there is a service and a support available if you should need it. And for young adults that are transitioning out of high school, we do still have day service options available. Even though our day hab is closed, we can utilize ComHab. And so the person would have 30 hours of ComHab a week, which is nice. It's very individualized. The person can kind of create their own schedule, which is really awesome. They can meet up with other people if they choose to. And, of course, with COVID in mind and keeping safe. But those are the email addresses to reach out to if you have any questions about those things. But we hope that we're kind of driving home the point to use those services, because we want to make sure that OPWDD doesn't kind of take back the ComHab service while the person is remote learning. We want to make sure we're showing a need for that. Just an update about our website. We have been adding a lot of the resources that we've been sending out via email at the end of the week. We started adding to our website so that way they could be a little bit more accessible than going back to your email. So you'll see a lot of updates on there. So if you go to pccsny.org and then over to the resources button, you'll see a resource library page, and there's tons of resources in there. So it should be a combination of all the ones we've already sent out, and we'll continue to add. And just a reminder that appreciation pay is extended to all of our traditional DSPs. A reminder that this is not for self-directed employees. PCCS as an administration doesn't set their rate of pay. So this is for our traditional side DSPs. So that is in effect till June 30th, and we'll reassess it closer to then. The last update that I have, if nobody has any questions, if you do, feel free to type them into the chat box and we'll get them answered. But our calls will start going from weekly to biweekly. So our next call will be on 6/10 at 4 p.m. And then every other week from there. And we'll send out, the links to join our next call and those sorts of things. But again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at covidquestions@pccsny.org. And for those of you who haven't been on with us before, I really like to end us off on a positive note. So this is something that I've been telling myself these last couple of weeks that I thought that I would share with you guys. And it's just a quote: "Today I will not stress over the things I can't control." And we do have a question about what is appreciation pay. So if you look on Paycom, you should be able to see the memo about appreciation pay. It's a $2 an hour increase for all of our direct service staff. We did have another question about CPR training and when we can begin hosting that as a class. We will look into that. Maybe we can do some virtual options. I'm not 100% sure how that will work at this time or if we're certified to do the virtual option, but we can definitely look into that. Sorry, I'm turning my head. I'm just writing the CPR question. It doesn't look like anybody has any other questions. Does anybody need to be unmuted? If they have any questions that they want to verbally ask, you could let me know. But if not, it was really nice to see you all, and I hope everyone had a good 3-day weekend and is trying to enjoy some of this sun and keeping as safe as possible. Thank you guys so much for joining us.